Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Colorado versus Utah post-game show. Colorado pulled it off. They are now rolling. They won the game 24-49. It wasn't even close. This game wasn't even close, and I didn't think it was going to be close. I didn't have much coverage this past week on the team. I was doing other stuff, but this wasn't a game it's like not to worry about. But we're going to get to the stats, and, we usually wait for Coach Prime press conference, and then we're out. I give my thoughts like that. But they are now pretty much in the driver's seat now. They're eyeing the BIG-12 title game. They're going to be number 2 in the conference. I didn't check the scores today, but I know that they're going to remain at number 2 in the conference. They'll inch up a little bit in the national rankings, and they're pretty much good to go right now. Just going to the stats, man. Start with Utah. Isaac Wilson was 21 for 40, 236 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. The defense was all over them. They were putting a lot of pressure on them, and this game got ugly. It just got away from them. There was nothing they can do. Colorado is peaked at the right time, rating enough time for the Big 12 title game. Excuse me, this is not the same team as that first game. So let's look at the rushing. Mike Mitchell, he 7 carries for 28 yards. Let's see, Micah Bernard, 11 carries, 20 yards. They couldn't get nothing going on the ground, really. Receiving, Carson Ryan, 4 receptions, 78 yards. Dorian Singer, 5 receptions, 65 yards, 1 touchdown. Caleb Lohner, 1 reception for 1 touchdown. So, yeah. Let's look at Colorado. Shedeur was 30 for 41, 340 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. So looking at the rushing, Isaiah Augusta, 7 carries, 59 yards, 1 touchdown. Dallin Hayden, 4 receptions, 6 yards. Even Travis Hunter got a rush in there. 1 carry, 5 yards for 1 touchdown. Charlie Offerdahl, 1 carry, 4 yards, touchdown. He had a touchdown. Shout out to Charlie. The receiving, Draylon Miller led all receivers, 6 receptions, 108 yards, 1 touchdown. LeJontay Wester, he had a really good game too. He ran back a punt. Return, 10 receptions, 77 yards. Will Shepard, 5 receptions, 71 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had a really good game. Travis Hunter, 5 receptions for 55 yards. But his thing came on defense today. He also got an interception as well. The linebacker got an interception. It was they played a dominant game today. They pretty much did. Hillgreen, that's what I was talking about. Nikai Hillgreen, he got an interception. He got him a sack and all types of stuff, man. They played this was a dominant game. They're dominant. Now they're 8-2. And I had called them for the beginning of the season, said that the absolute minimum that they would win is 8 games, and the sky's the limit at that point. So it looked like they're going to finish the season. Hold on 1 second. Let me go back. So they're 8-2, okay? So the only games left is Kansas and Oklahoma State. So right now they got a chance to go 10-2, and it looks like they'll finish out the season at 10-2. Kansas is an away game. So they got to go on to Kansas. And Oklahoma State, they close out the season at home against Oklahoma State. That'll be Friday, November 29th at 12 p.m. The game next week is slated for 3:30 p.m., so it's not a late game, so that's pretty good. Note, though, the last game is on a Friday. So, last game is on a Friday. Yeah, the last game is on a Friday, so. And then they'll prepare for the Big-12 championship, which they are going to go to that Big-12 title. They're playing like a team that's going for that title game now. So look out for that. But for those that watched the game, how did you enjoy the game? You said incredible game, Miss T. It was an incredible game. I agree with you. You said Dion is the king of Boulder, Colorado. Herbert Scott said, with that W, that's all that matters. Was good, Max. Another win. So yeah, man. They definitely are rolling right now. They definitely are rolling. And they're gonna roll out. They're gonna close out the rest of the season. They're gonna go 10-2. That'll be the record for this year. They're gonna go 10-2. They're just playing a very dominant game. You don't know which receiver is just gonna strike gold, man. And as you see, it just any one of them can get it done. Travis caught an amazing pass in like quadruple coverage. It was 4 people near him. He jumped up for it. To give him a spark and stuff like that. But yeah, man, they pretty much rolling right now, man. You said I dig what you're saying. However, one game at a time. I'm calling it now, man. It's 10-2, man. That's what I'm going with. I know it's one game at a time, but I'm going 10-2. They'll finish out the season 10-2. Big 12 title, and they're gonna win the Big 12 title, and then they're off to the playoffs. So I've been saying it already. Like, this is a playoff. They go into the playoffs. They get to the Big 12 title game. They're going to win it. This is not a team right now that you want to play. They got all the kinks worked out, and they're gelling at the right time. So it's definitely not a team you want to play in the playoffs. But yeah, this is a playoff team. I said it last week. They're in playoff mode. Definitely a playoff team. But yeah, I'm calling for 10-2. I mean, it's just, and I'm basing it on a lot of factors. It's just the receivers. They don't have a. In order to really play Colorado, you gotta have cornerbacks and safeties like Ohio State and like Alabama or something. And there's some teams out there that could play them, but there's no team right now in the Big 12 other than the top dogs that can give them a run this year, like this late in the season. Yeah, this late in the season, I don't see anybody messing with them at this point. Now, like I said, in the beginning of the season, we were predicting records. I said 8 wins, and the ceiling is sky's the limit. But I said the absolute minimum is 8 games. So they reached 8 games, and at this point, I think it's going to be 10 games. That's the way it's looking. It's looking like 10 games this season. They're operating on all cylinders now. So it's full steam ahead to get ready for the new season. When I say the new season, if they reach the playoffs, that's a new season. So wash the records clean, and everybody start at zero. It's a new season. It's a new year, new season. That's why I say it's a new year, new season. Even though it's the same season, but I count it as the records don't count anymore. If you get in the playoffs, everybody start at 0-0, and then you go from there. But I do have them win at least 1 or 2 games in the playoffs. They can go too deep in the playoffs easily. And then after that, now you better put your Cinderella shoes on, because now it's going to get crazy. Put your Cinderella shoes on. But there's a lot of good teams out there. But that I'll wait for. But right now, you got to get to the Big-12 title game. But I have them going already. But, you know, that title game, the winner of that title game has an automatic bid into the playoffs. So that's going to be a very important game. Let me just look at the Big-12, right? Yeah, BYU. And I have to check the other scores, because right now, let me see what we got. Kansas 7-2. I'll have to look at the scores later to see what's going on, to see what the changes look like. But Colorado will stay at number 2 for right now. As a matter of fact, let me check something real quick. Let's see. So that's contingent. Yeah, they'll stay at that. So tonight, the Kansas Jayhawks go against BYU. They're number 7 in the country. They're currently 9-0. Even if they lose and go to 8-1, they will still be probably number 1 in the conference still. Let's see, conference. They'll be, yeah, they would go, if they lose, they'll be 6-1. And they damn near be tied with Colorado for first place. I don't know. But I don't think it'll move the needle too much. But yeah, they'll probably still maintain that number 1 spot in the conference. Maybe they might inch Colorado up. They both share the number 1. I don't know yet. We'll see. But I'm definitely gonna be listening to the game tonight. I'm gonna be out, but I'm gonna be looking at that game and a few others to see what's going on. But yeah, man. You said Travis Hunter for the Heisman, Shedeur runner-up. It could be a possibility where they both will be finalists. Could be a possibility. We're going to have to wait and see. But I think they both should be at this point, because Shedeur is just as important to that team for them to have this type of record right now. Even though it's a collective process. It's not just one person to get them this victory. To get them this record. But I heavily weigh it on how important is an individual to a team. If that person is out, what the team looks like. They absolutely need Shedeur on that team for them to continue to win. They definitely need him on there. So yeah. So he could be a finalist. We have to wait and see. I honestly think, I think Travis is up for another award too. But yeah, definitely the Heisman. If he win the Heisman, That'll be a very good look. As far as like the draft is concerned, one of them is going number one. I just don't know which one yet. It might be Shedeur, because usually the team that has the first pick, they probably go with a quarterback if they need one, more than likely. So he's definitely would go somewhere. At this point, I know I said it early in the season. I kept saying it. The Jets need a quarterback. They definitely need a quarterback, because I think Aaron Rodgers, this might be his last year. They definitely will be in the running. They're going to be in the running for him, depending on what their record is at the end of the season. They'll be in the running for him. So look out for that situation. I know a lot of people saying Raiders, but it's whoever got that first pick. Unless the Raiders are going to trade with that person that has the first pick for other draft picks in the future in order for them to get him. Because that usually can happen too. Like, say if the Jets pick him at number one, the Raiders can come in and say, look, we need Shedeur, but we're going to give you the next 3 years of our first round draft picks. They could do that. So for him to wind up in Vegas. Because I know people keep saying the Raiders for him, the Raiders. I keep hearing that. That's the only way I see that happening. If whoever gets the first pick and they select Shedeur, but he's not gonna drop to like number 6 or 7 in the draft. I think he's going 1 or 2. They're not gonna let him drop. He's not gonna go past the 3rd pick. I just don't see him going past the 6th pick. That's what I'm saying. So whoever gets first, they're probably going to draft a quarterback. Now, they could do some wheeling and dealing if a team really, really, really needs them, like the Raiders or the Cowboys. I could see the Cowboys in the running as well. They're going to try to wheel and deal and trade for him if they don't have that number 1 pick. They try to get your hands on a franchise quarterback. So look out for that at the end of the season. So that's going to be something to talk about when the season ends. Where is he going to end up? Or will he refuse to go somewhere? And it's happened in the past. You know, Eli Manning, I remember when he got drafted, his dad said, absolutely, you better not draft my son. Like, absolutely not. But regardless of the fact, I see him going number 1, Travis number 2 at this point. Now, if a team is in the draft that already has a quarterback that they're going to build upon, then Travis will be number 1. So it just depends on the team that's going to have the number 1 pick and who they're going to go to. But I believe they might as well both sit at the same table on draft night because they're going to go one by one. Neither one of them is going past the 6th pick. Neither one of them. So they go back to back. That's going to be something that hasn't happened in Colorado in a very long time. So look out for that. Let me see. Definitely look out for that.
I think she's breaking the 100, right? I think Tuesday. I think she got some Sunday though, right?
Yeah.
What she got Sunday?
Her birthday first Sunday.
At the crib? Peggy got a party at the crib. I love her to life. God, I love her to life. And I'm so thankful. Just it seems as though the bowl is getting better and better and better because we're so focused and we're so dedicated on week to week, not looking down the street, but week to week. And I'm so darn proud of our coordinators, the staff, the young men, the women that's in this program, chef, cooking his butt off in the kitchen, the training staff, everybody done a phenomenal job. Let's go.
Go ahead, Nikki.
Hi, Coach. How you doing? Nikki Edwards, U Sports Report. You scored a season-high 49 points against the best defense in the Big-12. What went into that game plan in exploiting Utah's defense?
We wanted to really protect that quarterback. Every week we say, let's protect that quarterback. Let's do some things that we don't feel like they could stop. We feel like we have the best receiving core in the country. We can protect the quarterback, and those guys eventually they're going to get open, especially we have the assistance of a running game. And we showed flashes of having a running game. Isaiah did a phenomenal job today breaking one, but we got to be more consistent with that. And the sky would be the limit if we can really have consistency and the word escapes me what I'm trying to say, but we need to really want and desire and just have passion to run the football at times. I think we're lacking that, but prayerfully we get it going because we could do some remarkable things if we have a more balanced offense.
Lincoln Roach, CU Independent. How's the team feeling right now after finally breaking that 7-year losing streak against the Utes?
We don't care about that. We went here then, so we could care less. I just walked out the locker room and I'm pretty sure there's a party going on and somebody's rapping. That's how they feel. They feel really good. They feel really good about what they just accomplished, and they should. Every week we warn them to be gentlemen and be men. So we want you to go out and have a good time, but don't do nothing to threaten what you worked your butt off for. In this moment is that.
Hi, Coach Adam Tiger, 24/7 Sports. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Utah, just 31 rushing yards. What can you say about the way Robert Livingston has that group playing?
These guys are dedicated. Coach Liv is doing a phenomenal job, but D. Lou and Sapp, they ain't playing, as well as Dancy. And Coach Hart at the linebacker's position. And Coach Mathis challenged the DBs to be physical this week because they're going to have to show up in the run game as well. We know they're on their third or fourth quarterback. We understand that. But we're happy with where we are, and we know where we could be. That's the thing. We're not even where we could be right now. You see the mistakes. You see the little things that we could clean up, but when you look at the statistics, you say, dang, that was phenomenal. I mean, stopping the run at that point. So I keep reiterating this. I'm so darn proud of these young men in this organization.
Ron Scholes from Ralphie Report. Travis had a tremendous day. He had an interception, a touchdown, and then one of the crazier catches you'll ever see.
Mm-hmm.
What would your message be to Heisman voters who are undecided in his case?
I ain't get no message. Heisman voters is undecided. If they can't see, they can't see. It is what it is. I mean, Travis is who he is. He's supposed to go to the best college football player. I think that's been a wrap since, week 2? So we ain't petitioning for nobody. We ain't doing that. We got a wonderful display of cameras here, and I think we're on national television every week. If they can't see it, there's a problem. Don't allow their hatred for me to interfere with our kids' success. They got to stop that. Y'all got to stop. Some of y'all like that. Y'all got to stop that, man. Give the kids what they deserve, man. I done had my turn. You had, I played 14 years. You had 14 years to hate me. Now let it go.
Hey, Coach. Brian Howell, Bowl of the Day.
How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you? A couple questions for you. First off, LaJonte, finally breaking one. It feels like most of you guys were close to breaking something. Was it nice to see that?
we got to dedicate ourselves to the return. That's the thing. We put in a little more work on the return teams and putting the right personnel out there, and he could hit it, man. I mean, he could hit it. Jimmy could hit it. Jimmy's out right now, but he did the doggone thing. He's so versatile and so elusive, and you see that after the catch when he's playing receiver. But that just shows his versatility, and it should take him, make him more impressive to the scouts that are looking for him to get to the next level, which is the NFL.
And then, real quick, your defense obviously gave it probably more than you guys wanted to this afternoon. But the big plays, I mean, it seems like this group is just feasting on big plays.
Yeah, but we got to be more consistent on D plays. I mean, we shouldn't give up that many yardage up the seam. They should have thrown the same darn route every time. The tight end going up the seam. How many times we going to allow that to happen? We got to get something on him. We got to hold him up. We got to reroute him. We got to do some things because Rob is doing a wonderful job. You know what I mean? We have to execute as players. We do. There goes my man. You know what? I'm mad because I thought it was Harlow. It's Carlo. You say it. Okay, go ahead and do what you usually.
Jack Harlow.
It sounds like you said Harlow.
Jack Harlow.
And I apologize.
Oh no, you're good.
I apologize. Okay, now let's do.
Get Jack Harlow involved.
Okay, let's do what we normally do. Okay, go ahead.
So, Jack, go ahead. Okay. Jack Harlow.
My man.
Liar.
Jack Harlow.
Yeah. my parents love that every week.
Yeah.
It's the highlight.
Yeah.
Want to ask about Draylen Miller.
Oh my
Best
God.
game of his career so far.
He's like a Debo Samuels, man. He gives you a variety pack every time you put him out there. He could play the slot. He could play out wide. He could get in the backfield. He could go wildcat. I mean, the kid is talented, and he's a freshman. And I thought we didn't recruit those, but this kid is a great young man. I mean, he was raised properly. He has the right influences in his life, and the older players have taken him up under their wings, and they make sure that he gets it right. He knows his assignments, his alignments, and the kid practices his butt off every day. So I'm so proud of him. He had, I think, went for 100 yards today. Yeah, awesome, man. I'm proud of him. Jack Harlow. He said that like he was gonna get it like you get it. No, dog. That's only for Jack Harlow.
The receiving room has like 4 very different kinds of receivers.
Yes, sir.
Did you try to recruit that so that like set up like that and how?
Yeah. We, everybody makes a big deal over what you recruit and how you recruit. You got to find what you like and try to replicate that. So you know what Jimmy brings to the table, right? You know what LeJohntay brings to the table. You got to have 3 or 4 guys to bring to the table what Travis is bringing. But you know what all our receivers bring, and you go out and try to find that guy because that's what you want into your room. Not only the game, but the character of our receivers. Will had a wonderful day as well. Make some great contested catches, and that's the thing we've been asking him. Like every time Shedeur sees him one-on-one over there, he's going to put it up, and he expects him to come down with it, and oftentimes he does. So I'm proud of him as well.
John Treach, 9 News. Coach, you double last year's win total by doubling up a traditional powerhouse. Can you allow yourself to appreciate where you are right now?
No whatsoever. Because we expect to be here. A lot of y'all didn't expect us to be here and don't think we don't know that. But we expected to be where we are. Matter of fact, we expected to be a little better. We dropped a couple that we're not proud of, but that's in the past. So now we focus on one game at a time. We really, truly do. But our expectations ain't your expectations. Our expectations are our expectations, and we expect a lot out of ourselves. We practice with the type of intensity and passion and love and effort that you can't help but be successful in what we do. And when we don't do things properly, it shows. We're beating ourselves at times, and nobody beating us. We're beating ourselves. And we just got to focus on those little things and correct them so we could be flawless. That's the goal, to come out here and be dominant offensively, defensively, as well as special teams. I think 2 phases we dominated today, special teams as well as defensive side of the ball. We did. We just got to get the offense. It is hard to critique them. Like I say, I was on Shedeur's butt all day today, and I look up, he's 30 for 41. I think any coach in the country would accept that willingly.
Congratulations, Coach Prime, on a great victory today. Alex Mears, Mile High Sports Creator, the final word. Can you talk about the different preparation it takes when you have a 10 o'clock game in the morning and you have an 8 o'clock game at night? What you go through to get your team prepared?
It's truly different. It really is, and I'm thankful that you asked that question because we're happy and elated when we get an opportunity to play in the morning. Why? Because we practice in the morning. It's a regular schedule for us. Our kids are over here at 6-something in the morning, getting their bodies warmed up, getting treatment. We have meetings at 7 a.m. and we're on the field practicing sometimes at 8:30, 9 o'clock. We're probably off the field at 10:30, 10:45. So this is really the time that we love. I mean, it seems a little early for some of y'all, but I took my walk on campus early, and I think the alcohol consumption was just as enormous as later in the day. So I ran by some people like, how in the world you start that early? You got to pace yourself, dog. But we love early games because it's traditional for us because that's what we do every day.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
How you doing, sir?
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Hey, so would you say Colorado is two-way player for the guys that are the young recruits that are coming out of college, coming out of high school?
Well, a lot of coaches lie, and they tell them, I'm going to give you an opportunity to play on both sides of the ball, and we never see it. The reason, first of all, I don't lie. Second of all, I did it. So I know it's doable. I know it's it can be allowed if a young man has that type of talent. I mean, high school and college now, some of these guys, you were like that in high school, but you ain't like that in college. You really need to focus on one thing. But we're fortunate to have 3 guys. I mean, Tyler hadn't played defensive yet, but he practices defense every day. Tyler Brown, Harge is one of the guys poised to start on the defense next year. I mean, he's so talented. He gives us a lot on the special teams. And Travis is Travis. So, yeah, we attract guys that could possibly play both ways, and if they can handle it, I'll give them the opportunity. But my rule is you got to be great at something first. You can't be average on offense and average on defense, and I'm going to give you that luxury. Dominate something first, then I'll allow you to get on the other side of the ball. Great question, though, my man.
Thanks, Scott.
Hey, Coach, Scott Proctor at DNVR. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
I know you've been clamoring for this, but special teams was special today. Colton had a big return to set up a score. LeJontay obviously cribbed the punt. Jalen Westreach actually got his hand on the punt as well to set up.
And we kicked a few balls in the end zone for touchbacks, which we never do. Absolutely. So I was really proud of that as well.
Yeah, just can you speak to
modest
the special teams performance was to the
they did a great job. We focused on that. We focused on Tommy's doing a great job, first of all. And we focused on putting the right personnel on the field at the right time. Some schemes are different. We do certain things, and I call the returns, or whether we want to return it or go for the block or be safe, so we could just get the change of possessions. But those guys were hungry today. They went out for it, and I think we almost blocked the punt. We should have. We were close, and we didn't have the block on. So I'm proud of them in that aspect as well. Special teams really are the attitude of your program. When you have bad special teams, oftentimes you have a bad program or a bad defense, because most of the defensive players play on special teams, not offense. Most of the defensive players do that. So when you looking at the special teams, you're really looking at the attitude of the defense. And we just got to figure out how to put the right guys on at the right time so they can produce.
A couple more. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Coach. Matt Smith, Independent. You've scored 90 points in the last 2 weeks, and on third down, you're 5 of 24. What do you think is the issue there?
I didn't know that. That's horrible. God, that's horrible. We got to have positive first downs. When you have positive first downs, it makes the game tremendously easier. Sometimes Pat says it all the time, we just want to get Pat mad. We get a tackle for lost first down, we get a sack second down, we need to complete a 25-yard pass on third down. It's like Shedeur pulls out something heroic. We just got to be more consistent in the little things. We always preach positive first downs to make it easier for us, but we're not doing that. That comes along with not running the ball successfully, and we got backs that can do it. So we just got to put a little more emphasis. It's not like Phil isn't. I mean, he's on their butts every day about being aggressive, being physical, having your pads up under their pads, and moving your feet at the same time. We just got to do a better job, man.
We talked about the linebacking core a lot last year, and obviously Bentley coming in and having another strong season. What do you make of both Hillgreen and Bentley together? It seems like you guys have really found a good pair there.
Well, they're very physical. They can, the lights out versus the run. We need improvement on the pass, you know that. They know that. But they're lights out, going ahead and attacking, and they're making plays. They're making plays tremendously, and they're kind of the heartbeats. Well, Cam Silman is like, he's the guy. He's our defensive attitude. But those guys, they make plays, man, every week, and they're physical. And when we get a lead and we get ahead, they smell blood and they attack, man. So I'm proud of those young men because they put a lot into what they are right now. They study their butts off too. I love it.
Coach Troy Finnegan, CU Sports Report. I wanted to ask you about Jordan Seaton. He struggled in the first half today for the first time, and it felt like a couple weeks. He had a couple penalties. He got beat a couple times. I'm curious how you saw him, both just his body language and on the field, how he responded.
Well, his body language, he never gives up. He's probably upset at what he's done with the holding penalties and all that, but one of the holding penalties on the play that one of the plays, we've been doing it all week. I mean, he grabbed the guy, keep his hands inside, and they called it, I guess because he's at the end and he was visible for the official to see. But you can't get on Jordan too much because the kid is going to be great, man. The kid is going to be a top 5 pick when it's his turn to go. And he loves the game, practices his butt off, and he's fundamentally sound for the most part, probably 95% of the time. Yeah, he's a freshman. They're going to get him a couple times. But he's going to win a lot more time than he loses. And I'm proud of him, tremendously proud of Jordan.
Hey, Coach, Tyler Kane with the Denver Gazette. Just want to go back to Matt's first question about the scoring a lot of points but not having success on third down. Just how valuable is it for you guys to have such an explosive offense where you're capable of making big plays? I think today you had 3 touchdowns of over 40 yards or around 40 yards offensively. How valuable is that for you guys?
It's valuable. We don't give a darn about the statistics afterwards, like what we were on third downs or second down or first down. We care about the results. That's what we really care about. Like, you know, we look at this stuff and we analyze it and we want to improve statistically, but we look at the results of everything. We scored. I don't give a darn if we didn't score on third down. We scored on first down. You know, we scored on second down. Like we score. So that doesn't factor into what we're trying to accomplish. We're trying to get down the field and put the ball in the end zone, kicking it or running it or passing it. So we did that successfully quite a bit today, and we can't take none away from these young men because you guys understand the progress, and you understand that we haven't even put it all together yet. Like, we haven't even played our best game. That should be in itself scary. Like, man, when I said we coming, we still coming. We never stop coming. We are coming, and we ain't nearly there yet. God bless y'all. You good? You good, Ron? Yes.
You've spoken several times in games this year about you didn't like the advantage to your team today. Shut it down.
Right. I'm proud of it. We emphasize that in practices, finishing strong. Oftentimes, I would show the first play of practice, and sometimes I show the last play. I gave them a excerpt of me doing autograph signings. I said, you know, I do signings several times throughout the year, and what I do when I have signings, I take my first item that I sign and I compare my signature to my last. And I feel bad if I'm not giving the consumer my best from the front to the back. So I got to start well and I got to finish well. And I gave them that analogy to let our young men understand that you gotta, if you're gonna start that way, you gotta finish that way. So when I tell them little stories about my life or someone else's life, or we Zoom somebody in the morning and they could hear these guys that they deem successful, they understand it. But we gotta start finishing a lot better. And the emphasis was on that this week, and I think we did a wonderful job. You good, Taylor? You good?
What does it mean when you have a player just come in and be more special than what you think he is in the beginning, like when he comes
I don't think any player could outdo our expectation. We have tremendous expectations. I had a conversation when, you know, we run out and the guys get on the knee and pray, and Quincy Wiggins just was on my heart. And I went and hugged him and embraced him and told him how much I love him, how much I'm proud of him, that he hadn't given up, that he still practices hard, even though he's on the scout team. He goes hard every day to give us the proper look. And I mean, I was darn in tears because I was just giving him love. And he looked at me, he said, Coach, I would never quit on you. I would never quit on you. And he made a couple plays in the game tonight, you know, at the conclusion of the matter. But that stuff means something to me, man, because I love these young men like they're mine. So to see and to look in his eyes and hear him say, I would never give up on you, Coach. I would never quit on you. I'm going to work my butt off. I don't give a darn if I'm in there or not. So I love that because that embodies who, what, why, and how this program is. Thank you, sweetheart. God bless you.
Wow, that was a good exchange. He was like, I'll never quit on you. That goes to the character of that young man. He said, I ain't never quitting. I'm going to keep grinding it out, and I'm going to keep working. And eventually he'll be starting. I got to look and see what year he's in, but he was like, I'm never quitting on you. He don't have no quit in him. That's the type of players you need on that team. You definitely need that. That goes without saying. Yes, indeed. Listen, man, this is a Big 12 title team. That's it. Big 12 title is on the way. 2 more games to go. Next up is Kansas. And we have Charlie Offerdahl coming in right now to talk.
Charlie Offerdahl.
Yes, sir.
Ready for it. Go ahead, Brian.
Hey, Charlie. Sorry. Just talk about getting in the end zone. I know Coach Prime has been wanting to get that for you, and what did that mean to you to finally get in the end zone and the reaction you got from your teammates?
Yeah, I mean, first of all the glory to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I wouldn't be here without him, and I sure wouldn't be here without Coach Prime. And I got to give so much thanks to him. I love him like a second father, and credit to the O-line, my teammates. I love them. Love Buff Nation.
Matt, go ahead.
Hey, Charlie, after the grind of the last couple of years, what does it feel like to be sitting here 8-2?
Yes, sir. I mean, it's pretty special. That 1-11 season was very rough. All I can say is that the Buffs are back.
Go ahead. Hey, Chuck.
Balin Weissel, how have you seen the offensive line grow throughout the season?
I mean, that's been tremendous. From fall camp to the first week to now. I mean, they're making strides every day, and you could see what the work they put in every single day with their coach too. And we're just so grateful for them.
Good job.
Charlie Joe Sports. It's one thing in practice, but your numbers called. You're in the game. It's your big moment. Give me a little preview of that play. Can you give us a kind of your kind of play-by-play of that moment?
Yeah, I mean, just stepping up in there, getting right by Shedeur. First thing I said to myself was, for his glory, give all the glory to God. And sure enough, following my offensive line, got in there. Didn't know how to celebrate, but yeah, just so hyped. It was amazing.
Brian, go ahead.
Charlie, I'm curious if you were more nervous for that or the play a little bit later when you had to, flip it to Travis on the reverse.
That play's pretty cool. We call it Heisman. But Travis, he's a freak athlete. I wouldn't say I was nervous for either of them. I was more excited. I just had to get in that end zone.
To see Travis get his touchdown and be a part of a team and be with a player like that that's going. How much fun is that for you and this team to just see him excel and have those moments every week?
Yeah, I mean it's unbelievable. He's a freak athlete, and then we got Shedeur too. He's just an exceptional leader for us, and we're just so blessed to have them on our team, and they're part of the reason why we're here. A big part of the reason why we're here. So thank you.
Hey, Charlie. Tyler King with the Denver Gazette. You mentioned the 1-11 season that you were here for in 2022. That ended against Utah. They dropped 63 here. I mean, just from where the program has come now to where you guys are the one beating them in that kind of fashion. I mean, how grateful are you just to be a part of that and to see where this program has come as someone who's been a fan of this program for basically all life?
Yeah, I mean, I had never beaten Utah before this, so that felt real nice to get back on them and to score on them and do it in the fashion the way that we did it. So it was nice.
That's when Taylor, go ahead.
Charlie, at Big Noon Kickoff, I had a chance to talk to Connor Swanson, an ex-teammate of yours at Dakota Ridge. He was wearing your jersey and everything and just had high praise for you and your work ethic. Any comments on that and just how he just wanted to say the biggest praise and how you just hold yourself together through the longest time too as well?
Man, I love that guy. Talk about work ethic. That's him right there. And shout out to all my Dakota Ridge boys back home. Coach Woj, Coach B, man, love all of them. And my dad, he's over there right now, coaching my little brother, and they're winning the playoff game right now. So sweet. Love you guys.
Thanks, man.
I know. How about it? How about them Buffs? Thank you.
Shout out to Charlie. Got a touchdown today. Keep grinding. You know how it go. Who else is coming in? We got Shedeur coming in right now.
Go ahead, Nikki.
Sure. Nikki Edwards, CU Sports Report. We talked to Coach, and he said that Draylon Miller provides this Deebo Samuel type vibe. When you see Draylon on the field, what does he provide to this offense, and how big was his day today?
Let me see Draylon's day. Oh yeah, that is big. Yeah, no, Draylon he gives a different vibe when he gets out there. And the thing I love about Draylon is he's young, but he listens. So on the touchdown that he had, Will's on the sideline talking after. He's like, bro, everything you said, that's what I was thinking. As soon as you called that route, bro, I was thinking as soon as I clear him, I'm going to look for the ball. It's going to be inside. So it's like the small things that we work on and we talk about whenever it's actually in the game and we execute it away. It's a real joyful moment because he understands the why.
Hey, sure. Tyler King with the Denver Gazette. I mean, you guys struggled a little bit on third down again today, but you still end up putting 49 points. I mean, how valuable is it for you guys as an offense to be able to make the big plays where you had multiple touchdowns of over 35 yards? Just how nice is that to have when you guys are struggling a little bit?
Utah is a great team. They're not a pushover team, and their defense and their defensive coordinator, I gave him a lot of props today for the problems he was able to put out there, and we had to fix and we had to solve. And we got a hang of it eventually. So I was just thankful, that we went against a team of this caliber that's able to give our offense a challenge and then be able to thrive through it.
Good, Brian.
Sure. Just going off of that, some of those struggles really, the interception right off the bat, and the fumbled snap, and it's interesting to see you guys have so many issues like that, but then still put up 49 points. And you can talk about some of the things that were going on early and what it really took to get through all those.
It just take me playing better, me taking over a little bit more. That type of stuff is unfortunate. I personally 2 turnovers myself, fumble and then interception. So I know I'm gonna have to pay for those when it comes tomorrow, running wise. So those type of things can happen, and I'm gonna have a talk with the whole offense. Apologize for my performance out there at the very beginning because I can't put the team in that type of situation. I'm thankful for the defense. I may have to take them out to dinner this week, for saving me and saving the team. But when you have a good team overall, it's complementary football, and you put all phases together, offense, defense, special teams, we can't be stopped. But it was just one phase that wasn't working early on, and that was the offense, but the rest of the phases was there. So that's how we have a great team. But we can't afford to start off like that. We can't afford to have those type of mistakes, and mentally I got to be better and focus more.
Hey, Shedeur, just building off that, your defense has evolved quite a bit over this year. What are you seeing from that unit?
They're confident. It's a lot of different guys that's able to get the job done. They go against us in practice all the time, and we try. Some days we go good on good, and it's real challenging and it's fun. So that's the best thing about this year. I feel like football is real fun. And everybody's enjoying it.
I should do Adam Wilson Tiger 24/7 Sports. The fact that you guys still haven't put together that complete performance and are 8-2, is that one of the best aspects of your record right now? The fact that you guys still could get better here?
Yeah, of course. But we got to put it together, though. We can't keep saying this week after week and not do it. So we got to take more action of what we're saying we're going to do. And personally, I take that responsibility for the offense not coming out ready to go. So then we're going to watch the film. We're going to understand where we went wrong and figure out how to fix those things and drill the fixes. Like, I'm going to throw so many climb routes with a linebacker following underneath this week is going to be crazy. So I never make those type of mistakes again. Because if we didn't have a great team, if we didn't have those guys that was able to make key stops and plays, then we wouldn't be here laughing and playing. So I take everything very seriously. The fact we didn't have much success early on, it's a bittersweet feeling to me, but the job's not finished. We just got to come out next week ready to go.
Hey, Shedeur. Tony Casolo, Buffalo's Wire. Can you take us through what was going through your mind when you watched Travis reverse field and then still be able to get into the end zone on that run?
Well, this is the thing. I know just because he scored, I'm going to automatically be on the clip. If y'all didn't watch me, because y'all was watching what he was doing, I was supposed to catch the ball. But then I was taking kind of like what he does at receiver. You know how he goes to somebody, he's not open, he squares him up, then he pushes him a little bit and turn around, but I tripped. Yeah, I tripped and I fell backwards and the DB landed on me. So I was just thankful that I knew he was going to make the right decision in that situation, but that's what I was worrying about, is I was trying to get open, and I see how hard it is to be a receiver.
Shedeur, Will got a touchdown in 5 of the last 6 games. How much of a weapon has he become for you, particularly on third down in the red zone, those one-on-one kind of contested situations?
Yeah, he knows when it's time to eat. He knows when the ball comes, his opportunity, you got to make it, because there's a lot of other guys that want the ball also. So that's the best thing about the offense. Everybody held each other to that standard, because if I would have threw it and he dropped it, then I would say, dang, bro, I could have went this way with it, and this guy was open. So we all hold each other to a high standard, and everybody has to be fed, everybody has to eat, everybody has to score. And that's the main thing. That's why we're really waiting on Jimmy to finally get back fully healthy so that he could join the party also. But all the receivers, it's a good environment overall. We all understand each other, and it's real fun playing with those type of guys.
Hey, Shedeur, your scrambling ability, is that worked on in practice, the scramble drill? Because I've noticed you guys, when you get out of the pocket, you made some great moves today. Talk a little bit about the scramble and then your ability to look down the field and see those guys. And sometimes the timing's amazing to me.
Yeah, overall, it was early on, I had to feel it. I wasn't able to really feel the scrambling part of the game yet. I didn't have that feeling yet. So then we went in halftime, and I was just like, look, I took my tights off, so I felt a little faster. I took my tights off, put a little sleeve on my leg, and I was like, let's get it. It's time to get going. So then that's when the scrambling and everything got into the picture. But I watched a lot of football overall, and a lot of quarterbacks that scramble and what method they kind of use. If they run out of time, run to the sideline, like what do they do? And it's a lot of that go on. But pregame, if y'all don't pay attention, we go through the scrambles. We go through, rolling left, throwing right there, rolling right, setting our feet, throwing. Like, it's a lot of stuff that we go about and we practice. So it's not really anything new when it comes game time. And each and every game we improve, I would say, because sometimes due to the route, we all just got to use more common sense. This guy need to go high, this guy need to come back to the ball. A lot of times, sometimes, when two guys are scrambling in the same area, running to the same area, I don't throw it because it's very risky, and the DB's playing both guys. So then we talk about on the sideline, we're like, hey, look, you can't do this because this guy is playing both of y'all. So if you come downhill and Trav, you go up, then we'll have vertical separation. And it'll be, and it's just body, it's the way how they turn their shoulder. Like, it's some very small details that, yes, it is. But everybody has to feel the vibe, everybody has to feel the energy off each other and just play like a piano.
Last one, go ahead, Brian.
Sure, you've talked about a little bit here, having fun playing football.
Mm-hmm.
In this game, late in this game, there's a couple guys you guys obviously were intentional on trying to get a play for, Charlie and Travis, for different reasons. Can you talk about just what it meant to you and the team to get Charlie his touchdown and also to get Travis that moment too?
Oh, when Travis scored?
Yeah. I know it wasn't supposed to be that play.
It was really supposed to be my touchdown.
I know it was. But
you want to be honest, he took my shine on that one.
But him throwing a touchdown pass would have been big on the Heisman as well. But they were intentional, obviously. Can you talk about those two moments?
Yeah, so Charlie's one, I told Charlie, I said, hey bro, you gotta let me know you're in. So then I force the handoff. Because we had this pass concept open outside. But something told me just don't throw it. But it was open now. So I was like, all right, we're going to hand it right here. And then that's when he got his touchdown. And then I'm like, oh, that's Charlie in there. We said we was going to hand the ball off to him this week. So it was real exciting knowing that during the play, whenever he scored, that was him. And he did everything he could to get in that end zone through. And he made it through. And it was a lot of traffic in there. So I'm really happy for him. I'm excited. That was one of his main goals here, and he expressed that during the week, and we was able to make that come true. I was real excited for him. Then Trav, that was supposed to be my touchdown. I'm thinking about it, and it's definitely going to be on the bloopers because I fell backwards. It definitely was, but I feel like I could have ran a better route and got the ball better, but Trav, he made it happen in scrambling ability. He watched me, by the way. Like, he watched on the film on the iPads, he watched how I scramble, and he applied that to his game.
Was it big to get him on that where he needed to do a throw?
Yeah, but it's not. We don't go in a game being like, oh, we got to get Trav the Heisman. Some teams do that for their players. But no, we don't. I'm just playing, but no, we don't go in a game like that. It's all natural and it all happens. We've been working on that for like 3-4 weeks. It wasn't. It's about timing with everything, and Yeah, it's not intentionally like, oh, we got to force Trav to do this.
Thanks.
Got to be perfect timing, definitely. Legendary, thank you.
Yeah, both.
We have Levante Bentley, Hill Green coming in, the two linebackers.
They read the law firm of Hill Green and Bentley. Go ahead.
Hey, you guys came out early and were kind of knocking heads around playing on defense there. Can you just say what the mindset was today and just that downhill style you guys were playing with?
I'll say it started with Sunday actually. Coach being on us, pushing us. It starts as we go. You know, we just got to play fast fields from down here, and everybody gonna feed off us.
Yeah, I'll piggyback off that. Just starting early in the week, our emphasis was to start fast this week. We knew their defense was a good defense. It was really going to be a defensive battle early, and we just knew we had to start fast and we had to do our job early and get our offense going.
Let's go.
Nakai Bent, Scott Proctor at DMVR. Can you guys just talk about, I think you guys have mentioned before, like, sometimes you guys are like racing to get to the ball first. Like, can you just talk about how each of you have kind of, learned from each other and just the competitive nature kind of brings out the best in each of you?
I mean, we feed off each other. Man, we the oldest linebackers in the room. Might be the oldest on the team for real. So we know what it look like and what it takes. And like I said, it start as we go. We know we gotta hold ourselves to a standard in that room. And we competing each and every day.
Yeah, and just the consistency. We're both chasing consistency. This is our last go around. There is no next year for us. So we remind each other of that every day, and we just push each other and we just work hard.
Tyler, go ahead.
For both of you guys, obviously you're not expecting Shedeur to throw an interception on the first play of the game, so you guys are thrown into a difficult situation near the red zone to start the game. What was the kind of the mindset for the defense there as you guys were able to hold them to a field goal to keep it to a 3-score game right at the beginning there?
Yeah, don't let them score. That's our job. And like Coach said the whole week, 14-0 first half. So we just faced a little adversity at the beginning, but our job is to stop them, not let them score.
Our identity as a defense is either way, we're going to put the fire out. We're going out there either way. If it's on the 20, on the 50, if it's backed up, no matter what, we got to go out there and play to our standards. So it was really just being us, really.
What's going on, guys? Troy Finnegan, CU Sports Report. You guys are such instinctual players. You trigger on things so quickly. I wanted to ask you what goes into your guys' preparation, your film study during the week that allows you to play that way.
I'll say him first. Like on Sunday, tonight, he's probably going to send me a text or send me a clip. Did you see what the team did? Like, we get ahead of schedule. So on Sunday, we already know so much about the team we're going to play just from how much film he watched, how much film I watch, and just our staff, us all being on the same page. It helps so much, and it helps us play faster.
Yeah, and I'll say, like, practice. Like, it's different here. Like, coach get us right. Go out there, play fast. Phil's been relentless, and like he ain't gonna cut no deals. He don't want nobody to cut no deals at practice. So I say starts that first, and like you said, the film room. Like as linebackers, we got to be the QB of the defense, and we got to know what's happening before it happens.
Ron Scholes from Ralph Report. Nakai, this is your second straight game with an interception, and you hurdled a guy today on that pick. What's going through your mind when you catch that ball and you're thinking, can I hurdle this guy?
So when I catch, first of all, I'm like, there's no way he's going to throw this. Because I had a similar play to this, I think it was back in the UCF game, and the quarterback threw it, but he batted it because he was right there next to me. And he threw it. I just made a play, and I really wanted to score, but it's God's plan, and hopefully I get another one and I can score that.
I have one for each of you, but Levante, I imagine you guys didn't, you gave it more than you wanted to today with the points they had. So tell me about the second half and kind of what was going on where they were able to get some traction offensively a little bit.
Yeah, just keep our foot on their necks. Go out there, start fast. That's the biggest thing. like coach challenged us, like he said, it's gonna be a defensive game. So like we already knew off the bat like what we need to do, come in and go ahead, don't let these boys, be in the run with us.
This defense, I mean, even when you do give up a few things, you guys seem to just feast on big plays. And it's almost like everybody wants their big play. And there's a lot of them today. How much is this defense kind of thriving off that and playing off each other? You get a big play, Levante wants one, and Arden wants one, and it kind of goes throughout the team, it seems like.
Really just playing to our standard. You know what I mean? We all either we came here last spring or this summer, and we all made a deal with each other that, we're going to play for our brother and play for the guy next to us. And really, I can't let them down. They can't let me down. And it's just a brotherhood, and that's how we look at it. And we're just playing for each other.
Clayton Curry here. What was your guys' strategy going into the game, and how did it evolve as the game went on?
It was simple. Just stop the run. That's what they wanted to do. And as a linebacker, that's what we got to stop. So, yeah, coach just said stop the run and let our offense score the points. So that's what it was.
Hey, guys, you both began your careers at programs that have, championship expectations. What has it meant to you to come here and, really build and create that within this building?
I would say just knowing what it looks like. You know what I mean? If we're in practice or we're in meetings and I see something, then I'm kind of like, that's not championship standard. I can tell a younger guy who doesn't know what it looks like, I know what getting to a natty looks like. This is what you got to do. This is the work you got to put in. These are the sacrifices you have to make. So just really knowing what it looks like and having that experience, I think it helps everyone, because people even come to me and they ask me questions like, how was it making it that far, playing in late December, January, and I want to be back there.
Yeah, and I just say, just playing for one another. That's what it starts with. Don't let nobody get complacent, and be hold everybody accountable. That's the main thing I see on championship teams, and we got that, and we just trying to bring everybody along, and just keep going, keep pushing each other.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah, they both definitely have that championship experience. Hill Green is fresh off a national championship with Michigan. So he knows definitely what it takes to get there. Levante Bentley came from Clemson. So they both were on programs that their expectations are winning. So that is infectious with, that could be really infectious with the team. Like, they know how to get there. But Hill Green remind me of Ray Lewis. He's going to go in the draft. I'm not sure where he's going to get drafted at, where he's going to fall in the draft, but he definitely is getting drafted. That's 100% for sure. Bentley too. I'm just watching their play, and their play has progressively gotten better throughout the season. And the reason why is just that because they were on a new team. If he had stayed in Michigan with that same system, he would have got going earlier. But he was solid all year though. But obviously, the Michigan team broke up. The coach left, so he decided to come here. I'm glad he did, because you need good linebacker play, especially moving on into the postseason. Definitely need that good linebacker play. He got that old school linebacker mentality. Like, I've seen some good linebackers back in the day at Linebacker University. That's what they used to call Penn State back in the day. LeVar Arrington and the guys. But I see Ray Lewis in him, so I don't know where he's going to fall in the draft, but damn sure the Jets need him. Look, I always say the Jets need everybody. They just need everybody. But for sure, man, he's going somewhere. Definitely he's going somewhere, and he's playing on Sunday. That is 100% for certain. I know that. But I'm glad he was on the team this year, man. But overall, they got a championship squad here. Definitely Big 12 championship, and they're going to get somewhere in the playoffs. But yeah, man, I really enjoyed the game today. I'm going to come back. I'm going to hold my thoughts on Kansas until I see what they do against BYU tonight. Then I'll be back later. You crazy, Jess. But I think he's still out hurt. But definitely the defensive line is looking good. They definitely contained that run today. They for sure did. And that was it, man. Utah, they have a lot of injuries, but, it's always the next man up. And that quarterback for Utah, his brother playing in the NFL. So he does have NFL pedigree, but he's a freshman. So he got some, he might be the heir apparent to Cam Rising, so we'll see. But definitely NFL pedigree is in his blood, so his brother's a backup right now, but but he did make the league. So, but guys, that's all I got today. I really enjoyed the game, and I will be back at some point this week. Probably tomorrow, to go over Kansas and different things like that, and why I think they're going to beat Kansas. I already haven't beaten Kansas, and there's a reason why. This team is tough now. It's definitely not the same team that played